Hello fellow shadows, welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to actually review the last two episodes excuse me, of WandaVision. So episode 7 was pretty much Wanda needed an off day. So Agnes took her kids. Took Wanda's kids. And so pretty much Darcy was filling Vision in on like what happened in the real world, how he died both times and stuff like that. So he has a new perspective on Wanda. Yeah, he survived. If you've seen episode 6, which was called a whole new Halloween spectacular, we saw Vision kind of going out of the trying to break out of the Westview, and I want to expand in Westview. That still happens, and he's still Vision's just trying to help out. That's his instinct. And I like how Monica Rambeau, being a character that I've been referring to as the daughter, or Captain Marvel's best friend's daughter, the past few episodes, she tries to find a way into the hex, and a lot of people thought that the astrophysicist, or whatever it's called, was going to be Reed Richards. And as cool as seeing Reed Richards would be, I think the Luke Skywalker cameo for this series, and I could be wrong, was Pietro, the Fox version Pietro. And I don't know how many episodes there are going to be of WandaVision. We're on episode 8 out of, I don't know how many, like 9 or 10. I don't know. But I do like how episode 7 was kind of like a Modern Family type feel in terms of sitcoms. Modern Family, Malcolm in the Middle type sitcoms. Or not Malcolm in the Middle. Which sitcom am I thinking of? You know, this would be a good time for a jump cut. BRB. Actually, yeah, it could be Malcolm in the Middle. So, yeah. Feel to it, too. Yeah, so, yeah. So, pretty much, Darcy gets into the car, Vision follows, and I'm still kind of disappointed that, Darcy was not, I was saying in my last episode review that I hope that they will have a Two Broke Girls reference with Darcy, because the actress who played Darcy was on Two Broke Girls, so I wanted a reference to that, because they set it up beautifully. And honestly, that's probably my only real criticism towards the last episode, is that they set themselves up in the end of episode 6 with making a Two Broke Girls reference with Darcy, and they didn't do it. So I was sad about that. And pretty much at some point, because Vision gets tired of all the jumps, Vision goes out of the car, or van, and I guess he starts flying to Wanda. So, which, just to let you guys know, he wasn't in episode 8 either, which was called Previously On. But how episode 7 ends was Wanda goes, because Monica Rambeau goes to into the hex, and she gets powers, which electrovision was cool. And Monica tries to warn Wanda about that general dude, and she says, yeah, fuck you. And then Agnes goes into intervenes. She takes Wanda home, and Wanda says, "Where's my children? They're probably downstairs playing." So Wanda goes downstairs. She finally realizes that Agnes is Agnetha Harkness, another witch. And I've heard rumors that might happen, Cause I've been in like few streams where I've heard people say, "Well, Agnes Harkness, they could easily have her be Agnes Harkness, being another witch," and there was a tease in the Halloween special of her being a witch outfit, and that is like if I had background information about that, I'd probably be saying the same thing. I generally will. I generally believe I would be saying the same thing. So yeah, the episode pretty much ends with Hackness refilling herself, and there's a scene under the credits for episode 7, which was Monica trying to snoop in more, and Pedro decides to say follow her, and he says like snitches get stitches or something like that. I don't remember. And so I was surprised because the first 6 episodes did not have any scene of the credits. So episode 7 having a scene of the credits, that was something. And then episode 8 comes around, which is called Previously Orange. And of course it picks up right after episode 7 because it was to pick up a cliffhanger just to leave there. So Agnetha Harkness is wondering how Wanda makes Westview, and Wanda was never in control of Hackness. Hackness was just sorry, excuse me. But Hackness was just playing along, as if she was being controlled by Scarlet Witch. And so pretty much what happens this entire episode was pretty much a recap. And a backstory, a big flashback. Like at first we got a flashback of Harkness in the age when the Salem witch trials were a thing. And we still see Hackness killing them. The other witches, I should say. And those witches were apparently good. And she practiced the dark arts. And I'm going to use a Star Wars term. The leader of the group was kind of like Mother Townsend. Mother Townsend being the head of the Night Sisters in Star Wars. Sorry if you did not get the pun. But and then we kind of go back to that's how this starts. We see a flashback with Hackness, and then flash forward, and we see a door open, and Hackness says, "Yeah, I want to know how you created Westview, how you brought Vision back. If you do this, I'll give your children back. If you don't do this, practically no promises." So, reluctantly, Wanda plays her game, Agnes's game, and so we kind of get like a little we see Wanda's origin story in this episode, in episode 8, and it was good. It was like really good. Like, it was good. Like, I have a better appreciation for Wanda, like, and more of an understanding of where she's at, because obviously, if you've seen, like, from Age of Ultron to Endgame, you see that we learn through those movies that, yeah, Wanda has lost a lot. In Age of Ultron, we were told that she lost her parents. And in that movie, she lost her brother. And then, later in the MCU timeline, in, like, Civil War, she was practically publicly humiliated after the whole bombing experience in Civil War. And then in Infinity War, she loses the love of her life. Not once, but twice. She has to kill the love of her life. Then the love of her life gets resurrected, only to get killed in front of her. And oh shit, it was like oh. So you like, even though we knew why, like had a basic understanding why she made Westview the Hex, as Darcy said, in like a few episodes ago. We really get like a full-on understanding of where Wanda is coming from. More of an understanding, I should say, in this episode, because like I said, this episode is practically a big flashback. And then when we finally like get to like present day, which when Wanda gets out that illusion, because she runs out because she hears her sons say, "Mom, help me!" And then Agnes says, "I never knew it to be true before, but now it's confirmed." Well, she pretty much says, this just confirmed it. Now, I'm going to call you by your comic book name finally in the first time in the MCU. Because a few episodes before, we were discussing about whether or not you had a nickname or a code name, and you didn't. But in this episode, we're finally going to call you by your comic book code name. A code name we're like many fans are accustomed to be calling you, besides calling you Wanda. And you're the Scarlet Witch. Yes, she's finally called the Scarlet Witch. Like after what? 11-ish movies and 8 episodes if you include the one we are currently on. We finally get Wanda getting called Scarlet Witch. About time. We never get Pietro never gets Quicksilver. Like in the MCU, he never officially gets called Quicksilver, but in the MCU, Wanda finally gets called a Scarlet Witch, and I have to say finally, like it's about damn time. All these other characters has nicknames. Bruce Banner has the Hulk. Tony Stark has Iron Man. Steve Rogers and later on Sam Wilson has Falcon. T'Challa has Black Panther, and whoever is going to be his predecessor, because they're not going to use T'Challa in Black Panther 2, because Chadwick Boseman's death, rest of their soul. Rhodey as War Machine. Thor doesn't really count because that's his actual name. What else? Peter Quill as Star-Lord. Trying to think of at least a few more Marvel characters. That's cool nicknames. Bucky Barnes, Winter Soldier. Peter Parker, Spider-Man. And Sam Wilson. At first Falcon, still Falcon, kind of, but new Captain America, which I have a feeling that in Falcon, excuse me, but I have a feeling in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they're gonna have Falcon pass the torch of Captain America to Bucky Barnes. That's my theory with the show, anyways. But getting back on topic, point is, there's been Natasha Romanoff as Black Widow. Can't forget the most like badass character. Well, one of the most badass characters on the Avengers. So, and even Hawkeye. That's not even his codename, but I forget his Clint. Clint is Hawkeye. So, and more characters in the MCU that I feel to mention. In the MCU, most people has a nickname, with the exception of like Thor, which is just Thor. Vision is Vision, unless if you want to say, oh, well, he's Jarvis. He was Jarvis, then he got turned into a symbiotic robot and Vision is his nickname, but still Vision. Tomato Vision. Anyways, point being that we have like at least 75 to 80% of the characters in the MCU in terms of like heroes, temporarily ignoring the villains for a second, having codenames. MCU Wanda is a hero. Well, this show maybe. Like, this show, WandaVision, you can say she's kind of like an anti-hero, but still, good guys has a codename for the most part. Finally, Wanda has a codename. And, then there's a scene under the credits where the general dude was... I'm pretty sure I'm going to put this in the title of the video, which is spoilers. If you guys do not want to be spoiled about the scene under the credits, I'm just going to remind you. Spoiler alert! If you're continuing to watch this after I am done giving my spoiler warning in a few hot seconds, then that's on you guys for getting spoiled. Not on me. Because I warned you guys and you guys still decide to stay here if you guys have not watched the episode. Or the scene on the credits. But that said, the scene on the credits is the general dude pretty much reviving Vision's body. I don't know if it's like reviving his body or it's like a new synthesoid in Vision's likeness. Because this Vision that I'm talking about is white. Like his color coding is white. It's not the typical red and blue or dark blue that we've seen in the MCU movies and the show so far. The first one that we're custom. It's like literally his paint job's white. So I'm not too familiar with the comic book, so I don't know if there's like Vision has a rival that is practically himself but evil. But this show's cool. I like it. I cannot wait until episode 9 when whatever it's going to be about. I'm excited. I think episode 9 is definitely going to be where shit happens. And jump cut. Okay. So next episode is definitely going to be where shit happens. Because, like I said, I did not know how many episodes there were going to be on Disney Plus, and I figured it would be around the same amount as Mandalorian. Which Mandalorian, for both seasons of the Mandalorian, it was 8 episodes. And I didn't know whether or not it was going to be like 8, 9, 10 episodes for WandaVision. I'm not really expecting it to be having a second season. Not that I'm saying it's bad, because I like the show, but according to this, it says WandaVision premiered with the first 2 episodes on January 15th, 2021, and will run for 9 episodes until March 5th. And until March 5th. What the heck? So if I'm pulling out my calendar, wherever it's at. Oh, okay. So March 5th is next Friday. I forgot today was the 26th. So yeah. So WandaVision's pretty good. I like this episode, and I mainly had it was a rough start at first a little bit because sitcoms. I mean, it wasn't bad sitcoms, but it was like all right. But then by episode 3 or 4, that's when things actually grabbed my attention. Like, oh shit! So glad I did not back out. And yeah, if you guys do have Disney Plus, I do recommend watching WandaVision, especially if you guys watch the MCU movies. I think you guys will enjoy WandaVision. Might be a little bit hard to get into at first with some people, but just keep hang in there. It gets better. Trust me. WandaVision keeps on getting better. I'm liking every episode. My favorite part so far about the show has been seeing Pedro. Definitely seeing Pedro. But with that said, I wanted to see what you guys think. So let me know in the comment section down below, or what you guys think about the episode 7 and episode 8 of WandaVision in the comment section down below, or on the site, whichever is set for you. And I'll talk to you guys later. Be kind to one another. Love you all, and have a wonderful day.